right, we are officially live for the SlideHub Q4 product webinar. Good to see so many people have already joined. Before we get into all the formalities, first of all, happy holidays, and hope you all had a great start of the year. It's great to see a good mixture of existing and hopefully potential clients and partners on the participation list. So that's super exciting. For those of you where this is not your first SlideHub webinar, you probably noticed that we have changed the software platform for hosting these things. So we're gonna try using Teams for now on and see how that works out. So far, it's worked well for our internal tests, but we look forward to trying this with you guys as well. To try all the functionality, we're also gonna fire off a small poll here while the last few people joined. So this is kind of very non-intimidating poll coming in the mix. So if you're up for it, feel free to submit. And we also put on the setting for non-private viewing or for private viewing of the presentation. So that actually allows you to sort of scroll through the presentation as you wish, even though I haven't changed the slides yet. So we will trust that you'll take good opportunity of that. Right. Very cool. So yeah, once again, good to see everyone. In the webinar today, we will cover an introduction first, and I'll talk about what happened in 24. We're going to talk more specific about Q4. Then we're going to look ahead into the first part of the new year. And then we're going to talk about a specific case. First of all, for those of you who haven't joined before, I'm Anders. I'm one of the 3 co-founders here at SlideHub. As roughly 60% of our clients, I have a consulting background where I spent a bit of time in McKinsey, but now I'm also overlooking the product team here at SlideHub. With me today, I have my 2 co-founders, Rune and Lasse. Rune will present a little bit more in detail when we get to the case, and Lasse will sort of help clarify any form of questions or in the Q&A sort of as we go in the meeting. All right. On a really high level, for those of you who are not familiar with SlideHub, on a really high level, SlideHub is a presentation management automation platform that helps you streamline your on-brand slide creation. For the end users, that means an efficient way to find content, but also to automate the creation of documents. On the manager sides of the platform, that means making it really easy to update and maintain these assets, and also track what is being used to kind of help drive the best possible slide content for the end users. One of the things that makes SlideHub special is that it works everywhere. So it works both directly in PowerPoint, Excel, Word, Outlook, and it works 100% the same both on Mac and Windows and in sort of the browser version of PowerPoint. All right, so once again, this is what we'll dive into. And with that, let's first take a step back and look a little bit more closely at what happened in 2024. So in 2024, I think we had an overall focus, which we've had for the last couple in general, but to really double down on the user experience, particularly with the focus on automation, but also revisiting some of the core functionality. So combined, the product team did a combined of 97 product updates, which is, I think, roughly almost one every second workday. So I think that's something we feel really good about. You are able to go track these updates if you're already a SlideHub customer directly in the application. You can also follow this link here to kind of get a sense of what's going on, sort of and follow as these updates sort of come live. Some of the sort of most noteworthy things that was not in Q4, because we'll talk about Q4 in a second, was a basic simplification of the platform UI. I think this is probably version 4 of this very, very core experience where you look through and find your assets. Then we did a big rewrite of our placeholder feature. I think that's a really core part of the automation side of SlideHub, and we sort of simplified it to a large extent, both the way it works from the end user perspective, but particularly how it works for the managers that sets up the placeholders. And we've been really happy to see that the adoption of placeholders has more than quadrupled basically as a result of these initiatives. So it's really good to see. 2024 was also the year where we launched our presentation builder, which is another sort of essential part of the automation functionality aside of. We also did a number of different improvements to our sort of core search and filtering options that sort of allows you to combine searching in general with categories and subcategories. Additionally, the functionality gives you the ability to kind of see how many results you'll find within each of the categories and subcategories to kind of like quickly guide your search. We also did a really large sort of investment into statistics. So now you're able to follow how usage is trending over time. You can see what search terms people are searching for and so forth. And then additionally, we added even more support for version control as another sort of big push. If we take a closer look in Q4, then the 3 things that we decided to highlight is the improved task pane structure and search, in general, the improvement to the sort of version control in PowerPoint, and then also the introduction of version control in Word and Excel. Right. So with that, let's take a closer look at the task pane refinements. And so I'll jump into the video.
With the new task pane structure, we simplified the layout to enhance the user experience. Version control has been moved to the top of the task pane, making it always visible and dynamically adjusting based on your file. For example, for end users, if the slide or presentation you have open isn't linked to the library, the Suggest button will appear. This update makes it even easier to suggest slides to your library and help your library grow. We've also highlighted the search functionality for different asset types within the add-in and removed the favorite icon for a cleaner design. Note that as an admin, you can disable specific asset types in the asset settings, preventing them from showing up in the add-in for your team for an even more simplified task pane. For users with service access, we removed the division between the service and asset platforms, giving the add-in a cleaner and more unified look. The product update notifications have been moved to the bottom right corner, and we've removed the settings and more section. Now, just like on the platform view, you can access your settings by clicking on your initials in the bottom right corner. For admins, the version control functionality has also been moved to the top of the task pane, providing a consistent visibility and dynamic options based on the file you're working on. For example, if your slide or presentation isn't linked to the library, the Add button will appear, streamlining library management. Another notable update for admins is the upgraded Manage Asset button, now transformed into a drop-down menu. This makes it easier to access not only asset settings but also placeholder identifiers and account settings. Let me show you how the new add-in looks and how to use the quick search feature in PowerPoint, Outlook, Word, and Excel. Depending on the type of asset you want to search for, simply click on the relevant magnifying glass icon. You can search by keywords or browse categories to find the asset you need. To view your favorite assets, click the star icon in the top right corner. If you would like to open the assets on the platform view, click the black square icon with an arrow. In this example, I'm searching for a graph icon to enhance my slide. I search using relevant keywords and then insert the icon directly into my file and adjust it. The task pane functionality is consistent across Outlook, Word, and Excel with adjustments tailored to each application. In Outlook, you can use quick search to find a presentation to attach to your email. If the presentation has placeholders, you can instantly insert the right data, and the updated file will automatically attach to your email, streamlining your workflow. In Word, Quick Search allows you to easily insert documents or visually enhance them with assets. For Excel, it works similarly, enabling you to quickly find and insert the sheets or visual elements you need. These updates are designed to make your workflow more efficient and intuitive, no matter which applications you're using.
Right, so hopefully one of your takeaways from this is how similar now the task pane sort of works across these different applications, but also how you're able to search in this more simplified part of the application without necessarily opening the more the larger sort of platform view. All right. Another part of this this effort was to improve the version control. Also within the task pane, this included both a sort of a number of new functionality, but also improving sort of the information of warnings and notifications to users to make the functionality more self-explanatory. So let's have a closer look.
To get started, open a presentation from the library in PowerPoint. The version control feature is now on the top of the task pane, always visible, and dynamically shows the status of your presentation and slides. For example, since I opened an up-to-date presentation, the version control buttons for both the presentation and slides are white, indicating everything is up to date. If your presentation has a visual label, it will be displayed, helping you quickly identify which presentation you're working on. You'll also see the slide number and whether the slide is linked to the library. Clicking on the slide version control provides an overview of all the slides in your presentation, showing their status, the last update time, and who made the changes. If you made content edits and want to compare them with the original slide, click Library Version to insert the latest slide from the library. If you prefer to ignore updates for a specific slide, you can unlink it from the library to stop receiving version control warnings. Similarly, clicking on the presentation version control shows details about the presentation, including its update history and who made changes. From here, you can unlink the entire presentation or compare your changes by opening the latest library version. In this case, I'll unlink slide 2 by clicking Unlink. A confirmation warning appears explaining the potential consequences like using outdated content or deleted slides. Since I'm sure, I'll click Confirm and break link. The add-in then notifies me that the slide is no longer linked to the library. For end users, the Suggest Slide button now appears, making it easy to suggest unlinked content to the library. Let's see how it works. If a slide or presentation isn't linked to the library, the Suggest button for end users and the Add button for admins will automatically appear in the version control area. You can use these to suggest files as usual. Next, I'll delete slide 4 since I no longer need it. By clicking on the presentation version control, I can track the changes I made so far. The version control indicates that I removed 2 slides from the original presentation. Note that the version control tracks major changes like adding or deleting slides, but not specific content edits. Now let's see what happens when an admin updates a presentation or slide. In this case, the version control indicators for both the presentation and slides turn red, showing that my file is outdated. Clicking on Slide Version Control reveals that all the slides have been updated. I can click the arrow to jump to a specific slide and click New Version to insert the updated slide. When I click New Version, the outdated slide gets a pink sticker clearly marking it is outdated. With the new task pane, you can also replace all outdated slides in one step by clicking Replace All Slides with New Version. However, since this presentation contains placeholders, that option isn't available, as placeholders might be affected. Instead, I'll go to the presentation version control, open the updated file from the library, and refill the placeholders with the relevant data before continuing to work with the updated presentation. As an admin, updating both slides and presentations is simple. To update an entire presentation, click Update in the Presentation Version Control section. For individual slides, use the red button in the Slide section. Here you can also access slide settings, unlink slides, or open the latest library version. If major changes like adding or removing slides are made to the presentation, The update button will turn red to notify you of changes compared to the library version. If you add a new slide that isn't linked to the library, the Add button appears, making it easy to upload new slides. After uploading the new slide, go to the settings to add relevant labels. Returning to the live presentation status, the notification changes from one slide newly created to one slide added to the library once it's uploaded. Finally, to update the presentation, I click the red Update button. Since the presentation contains placeholders, I get a reminder that identifiers might be impacted. To ensure no issues, I'll open the original file and verify that no changes affect the placeholders. Once confirmed, I proceed with the update. During validation process, the platform scans for identifiers and provides an overview of all placeholders in the presentation. Here, I can link or unlink placeholders as needed. Remember, unlinking a placeholder means it won't work when the file is downloaded. I complete the validation process and that's it. My presentation is updated in the library. My team will be notified if they are working on outdated slides or presentations, ensuring everyone is using up-to-date files.
Right, so hopefully you got a sense of the changes, but also a recap of some of the functionality. For those of you who are not managers on accounts, this also gave a bit of insight to what managers are able to do when working directly in PowerPoint. All right, the last thing for Q4 that we want to focus on today is how we have now introduced version control for Word and Excel as well. The focus here to make sure that the experience was consistent, was always working in PowerPoint, and sort of introduce it in a meaningful way into Word and Excel. So let's have a look and then on the last video of today.
When a manager updates a document or sheet you're working on, you'll be instantly notified within the add-in. If the update isn't relevant to you, you can simply disconnect your active file from the library. However, if you'd like to use the updated version, just click Open New, and the latest version will load right away. Once your file is fully up to date, the version control button will turn white again. This functionality works exactly the same for Excel files as well.
Right, so as you can see, nice and sweet, and that way, especially given what we already presented on PowerPoint, hopefully this sort of seems consistent. Within the next week, we'll also add the ability to update sheets and documents directly from Word and Excel, similar to the way it works in PowerPoint. That one is just currently ongoing, the last quality assurance. Some of the other things we have worked on in Q4 has been related to the placeholders. Now you are able to access the placeholder overview or the placeholder identifiers directly in the task pane. You're also able to use placeholders in Word as well. So very similar to what you saw in the video for the way it works with PowerPoint, you can do this exact same thing in Word now, something that we use ourselves a lot for like NDAs and standard contracts and so forth. Similarly, if you already have a library on SlideHub and you want to start introducing placeholders, you can actually use this scanning functionality inside the placeholder view as a manager to kind of embed the placeholders into a large number of slides fairly quickly. Oops, there we go. Other than that, we have also added support for icons, flags, and logos in Word. So Word is now getting fairly close to having a parity in terms of PowerPoint functionality, especially with the upcoming ability to update. Another thing we did is that we solved an issue that in the past we did not have proper support for the zoom effect in PowerPoint and internal links. But thanks to an update we did in Q4, those two now works as well. We also included this as the functionality that if you access a single slide in SlideHub and that slide is pointing to a slide that's also in SlideHub, but that might not be in the same presentation that you're working on, the link will remain working and just point to the web version of SlideHub. And that way you can kind of get this functionality to remain effective. Another thing that certain library managers has appreciated a lot is the ability to copy and move all assets and labels across libraries. So if you have multiple teams on SlideHub, you can sort of do this bulk changes much more efficiently than you could in the past. Yeah. So that's another few other things that came out here in Q4. As always, if you have any questions or comments or anything, you feel free to just write them as we sort of go along, and we'll either answer them by chat or I'll comment on them directly as we go. When we look forward to 2025, and particularly to the first part, we have sort of 5 specific things that we're sort of working on. And some of that will be very much kind of continuing some of the core functionality with further improving the statistics. This particular related to the ability to have statistics work well for team managers. We have a growing number of our clients that uses the team functionality quite extensively, and have managers of those teams that really take ownership of improving the content on their teams, and they've really been asking to get better, statistics on a team level and being able to see how things are evolving on the different teams. We're also going to have a new sort of enhanced version of the presentation builder, and then we're going to open up this topic of supporting particularly the library managers with improved template and formatting validation. This feature is still fairly early in sort of the idea process, and we would love to kind of get your input on it. But the core idea is to sort of make sure that slide that gets added to the SlideHub library is sort of uses the right template and is sort of on brands, sort of taking a little bit of the the need for the particular manager to check these things manually. So adding more automation to that as well. And then we're sort of in the process right now of improving the sort of core search experience in SlideHub, both on a UI and UX perspective, but also with a few extra sort of functionality to make it even more powerful. And then sort of on the automation track, we're also gonna spend some time on the ability to use the placeholder functionality that we showed before, but instead of just using it for text, also use it for logos and icons, and eventually also for images. And then something that we also just wanted to stress is that in general, we have about let's say a fourth of our planned capacity in a given quarter is always sort of dedicated towards sort of smaller, medium-sized client-driven improvements. Of course, everything here is the result of dialogues with some of you and other clients. But we also reserve some capacity for sort of more specific, smaller tweaks. So if you have anything as exiting SlideHub client, don't hesitate to reach out, and we will be happy to discuss whether we might be able to do some specific improvements for you as well. Of course, all improvements applies to all clients, but a lot of times, specific people have specific needs that we would love to cater to. Taking a little bit closer look, as I mentioned before, statistics is going to be improved. Additionally, for the presentation builder, a key concept here is you're going to introduce these sort of high-level advanced filters that sort of allows the managers of the libraries to make the presentation builders even more powerful, so that user will be able to, for example, pick the language of the slides, or maybe pre-filter the library based on like a specific region or product or something else, to kind of make them even more customized than they are today. Again, here, similar to the existing presentation builder, the core idea is to really leverage the existing library of each client to make the presentation builder even more powerful. Then, as I talked about, we're gonna revisit the whole template validation and formatting thing, and we're gonna spend a bit more time on making the search experience smooth, even sort of simplify and hopefully also more intuitive. And we talked about this. All right, I think with that you have heard enough from me for now. So I'd like to pass over the microphone to my co-founder Rune, who will share a little bit about our a recent case we're happy to present.
Thank you, Anders. Yeah, so the case we want to present here is with a company named Clinical Microbiomics. The situation is they needed to merge 4 entities into one brand, and from the Danish headquarter, they oversee all of the sales activities, and of course they need those 4 entities to work in a similar fashion, and all of the material has to be on brand. So it was a challenge just to make sure that everybody is working in the same master template in PowerPoint, but also that all the new slides that will be built in the future are being built in a similar fashion, regardless of where you sit. And then also just making sure that something like this isn't distracting from normal sales activities, and people can actually go on with their normal tasks. So they turned to SlideHub, and particularly the expert solutions that I'll dive a bit deeper into in a little bit, where we help them tweak their existing master PowerPoint template and optimize it based on best practice. We also created PowerPoint guidelines. These guidelines ensure that the slides that need to be built in the future are similar, and it kind of puts it into practice in an objective way, what slides are supposed to look like. So it's not just a shell in PowerPoint with a master, but actually some tangible examples of how material is supposed to look like. And then finally, we converted some of the existing material to these new guidelines and master, and populated it into the SlideHub library that they have with us. So if we look at the next slide, we can kind of show how that looks in practice. So we have the kind of the shell, the master PowerPoint template on the left that has been optimized for consulting based on best practice. We have some tangible example of how the slides should look like with the PowerPoint guidelines, and then taking the PowerPoint guidelines and put that into practice with real slides that are added to the library. On the far right hand side, you can see a small screenshot of the actual SlideHub library, where everything is on brand, same master template, same look and feel, which drives the adoption and made this a really successful case. So I'll just briefly also mention that when is a good time to look at leveraging SlideHub's expert solution. I think if you have any sort of rebranding, whether that's now or in the next 6 months, next year, any merger situation, or if you just want to kickstart your library, have a lot of on-brand material when you launch, then you can reach out and we can explain the expert solutions and help you with that. The expert solutions team at SlideHub is some of the more senior people we have that have a lot of experience, have seen a lot of projects, and that's all that experience is what they use when we build the master templates and the guidelines. So it's really people who have done several thousands of PowerPoint projects and kind of knows the best practice and do's and don'ts in terms of building a full library with PowerPoint slides.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Rune. All right, and that was actually officially the last slide of the day, and I think we also reached our planned stop. But of course, we will hang out as long as people are willing to hang out with us. So if anybody have any questions of any sort, feel free to fire away in the chat or in the Q&A section. You're also more than welcome to contact us directly. I have my email here in the bottom, and Lasse and Rune as well. Yeah. See if anybody raises their hand or writes anything. Nothing. All right, but yeah, then I think we just want to say thanks. We will send out the slides as well as the recording after the call as well, in case you want to share it with any of your colleagues. And other than that, I think we'll keep the call open for another minute or two in case someone wanna engage. So other than if you leave it now, then I just want to say thanks a ton, and yeah, take care.